Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome to my album review for Busta Rhymes' Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God Reloaded album. Oh my word, you have no idea how excited I am to be back here talking about Busta Rhymes, doing another little mini bonus episode of the Headspace podcast. So let me tell you what happened to me this morning. This is why we're gonna do it. But before we do, I make music myself. I would love to hear what you think about that. Links in description. Totally check that out. Let me know what you think. Like I said, on top of that, if you support what we do, we got a Patreon running, and you can check that out again. Links in the description. Like the video if you support it. Subscribe to the channel. On that note, let's get into it. I like to start each episode of this here, the Headspace podcast. Oh crap, my name is Holden Stephan Roy. Anyway, this the show where we break down hip hop albums track by track, giving thoughts and opinions on every single song. So here's the thing. I'm basically elated. That what happened was on Saturday, I went ahead. This is whatever. Check the date this video got uploaded. On Saturday, I went ahead and I recorded my little review for the Busta Rhymes album, Extinction Level Event 2, The Wrath of God. And I tripped out, and it was gorgeous. I love the album. I love the aesthetic of it. I heralded it like a classic. I thought it was so good. I really enjoyed it, for real. I listened to it again today in preparation to this. Okay, I skipped it. I listened to like half the beginning, and then it jumped to the last few songs before the end, just to kind of get my head back in the vibe, so I can come in and then do this little album review here for the little bonus edition. But basically, this morning, I'm sitting there, and I noticed that Calm Down, the track with Eminem, is uploaded again, and I thought, that's hilarious. He re-released this, and he was trying to get some extra views, because this one has Eminem. And I'm like, that's amazing. And then I checked Spotify, and I saw that the album came out again with a red cover, and it has 4 extra tracks on it. And Busta Rhymes is trying to get some extra clicks and extra attention and extra love. And here's why this matters to me. Look, between y'all, you and I, and you can skip this by checking the track list in the description to jump on ahead to songs, but between y'all, I'm having a drought. It ain't been like I've seen 4 figures on views for a while. It's been like loyal fans watching, people who really dig what we do watching, that kind of stuff. Here and there, occasional sparkety sparks of like interest happen, a couple hundreds, but 1,000 views in a short period of time has been unheard of almost in a very long time. And I'm like, okay with that. We have our reasons for doing this. It's to grow, it's to learn, it's to consume music, it's to stay up to date. It's almost like something we do, you know, just to kind of enjoy the experience of consuming music and growing. But then this Busta Rhymes album comes out, we do this review, and I swear it's about 48 hours now at this time of recording it, 7:03 p.m. November 2nd, and my birthday is tomorrow, so I consider this to truly be a gift, you know, a birthday present, and it's amazing. So that review is sitting at 2,221 views with 21 likes to 1 dislike, and it's like, wow. My heart is humbled. Like, so many people clicked on that, which maybe to a lot of people isn't a lot, but it was to me exciting. So Busta Rhymes re-uploaded this whole album to get some extra clicks. I figured, why don't I do this little extra video to piggyback on that? And yo, check the screenshot. You'll see we already have the Extinction Level Event 1 album review here in the back end of YouTube ready to be released. It's actually getting delayed from this video, so that's a lot of Busta Rhymes, and I'm just kind of hoping it gets his attention, and maybe we can interview him, because he's such a talented guy. I'm so impressed with him. Anyway, that was a lot of talking. I know. I'm sorry. I'm really excited. I'm humbled. I feel away. And if y'all watched that first one and you're here, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And if you're here, go check out the first one, because you'll get all of my feelings before we get into... Oh, also, just because we have to talk about the album cover, just for the sake of copyright, it's red. I like it. I like it better with red. It's more like catching my eye. This is a cooler version, and if there were like 2 options at a store and I had to get a merch choice between the red one and the other version, I would choose the red one. On that note, blowing the speakers. Yo, that's how this song's got me going for the last little bit. I'm just sitting here vibing my little dance on. And as far as how this whole breakdown's gonna go for this track, Busta Rhymes kills it with the flows. I feel like this is an amazing thing to be part of the deluxe version of the project after having fallen in love with that whole other experience, because it really does end so perfectly with Satanic, right? But if you consider after Satanic what comes next, and if you want to look at it like a director's cut and you're willing to go a little deeper, Busta impersonating this little like all the different modern flows that he takes on this track, because that's one of the things that I caught that he flexed on. There's so many triplet flows, so much of it's trap of it, so much of these lyrics like in a paranoia Porsche color never sauce color sounding like I split an atom put the body on a cross. You know, like it kind of just sounds like he's playing up on a lot of these modern tropes and really giving into like embodying the character that he was describing in the track Satanic. So I thought that was super cool. I love when in the second verse he goes, I've been getting my dough, just talking my shit, but the fuck all these hoes, follow the whip. I love the way he just kills that flow. Like, and I think it's really interesting that Busta Rhymes does this, because it's important for a guy like him to be able to come through and prove to other people that he's able to come through and do what a lot of these kids are doing on their shit. Because basically this track is produced by Murder Beats, I believe it was. Yes, Murder Beats. It has this completely different vibe from the rest of the project. This sounds like it could have been anything that came out this year type stuff in terms of the beats. No disrespect to Murder Beats. This beat is fantastic. It had me really dancing. I love the vibe of this track. I love the way Busta Rhymes rides all over this track. But let's be real. This would have been a weird fit for that album. But if you consider it like the album ends with Satanic, but then the story continues a little bit like the expansion pack in Diablo or something, this is just like him embodying it. I think it really fits so well, almost thematically, that it makes me feel like Busta Rhymes did something with the deluxe album that makes it almost impressive. It makes this song cool. I really don't have a lot to say about the bars. That was vapid. It was just kind of flowy. But I do feel he was witty with it. He had some cleverness to it. And it was just an enjoyable track for me to like vibe to. And I really would throw this on over a lot of other people, because let's be real, Busta Rhymes just sounds dope doing this kind of shit. When he goes into the double time after, it just rewards you for listening to him flex on some other people's stuff. But then he just goes and proves how amazing he really is with it. So I really enjoyed this. It was a super cool song on a super cool beat, giving us a completely different vibe than we got on the album, but also making sense. So it's like a cool experience. I don't know. It wasn't what I was expecting. Anyway, this came out today, so it was brand new. The next track is called Who Are You? Oh boy, this is really, 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 really fucking cool. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Here's how this whole process has gone as far as the album reviews go for the new way I'm doing them. I should have said this at the beginning and I forgot. I have not heard this song before, just like I hadn't heard the previous track before. So even in the first review, I went through it all, and you're seeing my like pretty much instant reaction. So the truth is, this is a brand new track, and I don't know if you can see it. Nah, it's not really showing, but the Genius page is pretty fucking empty. It starts off with very few lyrics. Was in the middle of just trying to write down a couple that I thought were really fucking fun, and he repeated them at the end there. Like, not said we about to halftime them, or instead we about to flatline them, about to baptize them, something. It was so fucking fun. It was just really great. And what I loved about that part, and I just love it always when people do this, and I find it's only really the legends and the really humble ones at that who go out of their way to do this. And it's to shout out the really dope people throughout hip-hop history and make sure that their names keep getting said and keep getting heard, like, because Halftime's a really good song. Anyway, I don't have a lot more to comment on the specific lyrics that were said. They were really flossy, grandiose. Busta Rhymes just kind of almost proving that he is capable of holding it down, again, almost in this modern landscape of being a boss amongst any of the other people that are doing it. So I really feel like this part of the album is really about showing off and proving that he can be there amongst anyone in any conversation or any style. And I'm going to say that again because of the last track on this project that's already been out and everybody already heard it before, so it's no secret. But if you think about this one, right, it's almost like Busta Rhymes has taken on every role of like a rap group and a rap collective. He is a one-man rap collective. He has the chorus down where he does one voice, and then he's got multiple voices that he uses throughout the different verses. He does his own harmonics, he does his own ad-libs, he does everything. And if you think about it, a lot of people are pretty one-dimensional by comparison to what Busta Rhymes pulls off in this actual track. And I think that's pretty incredible, right? I think that not many people can write with that level of versatility. And if I were to ever steal a flow or steal inspiration from anyone, it's that level of flow versatility that that man can bring to a track. It inspires me to no end. And I think this track exemplifies it. I don't remember if I gave it grade on the last one, but on the last one I would have given a 4.25. This one is straight up a 4.5. I love the beat. I think it's Jamil that did it. It's really, really amazing to listen to. I have to just double check real quick what the next track is. I haven't heard it, like you said, but my homeboy at work said that the next track was actually really good. He felt it was a standout on the album, so he already heard this. I did not, but it is Hope Your Dreams Come True. Okay. This song is actually brilliant. I'm gonna preface this with a fucking 5 on 5. I feel like a lot of what I said on the last track applies, only here it's like doubled down in the sense that he's super impressive to everyone. And he's trying to maybe speak to all people again. Because remember, one of the narrative themes, remember for those who watched the other part, for those who didn't, one of the narrative themes of the album is Busta Rhymes establishing he is a person worth respecting in this industry, a real GOAT, a person who did do the pioneering and all the work. Now, like I said earlier, I did do Extreme Level Event 1, whatever the first one's called. Sorry, I forgot in this moment. But we did that review, and it's going to pop off after this one's done, probably the next day or two. And honestly, it was so impressive to listen to Busta Rhymes on that. I was like certified classic in my opinion, like straight up. And if I really think about the coming, it was also both as a rapper and MC how to do it. If I think about tracks like Break Your Neck and whatnot, or all the pop singles he had that dominated my high school experience, he clearly understands that side of it too. And so, just if you really consider all of these different components listening to this track, when he has lyrics like, with this imaginary shit, these people are saying, I'm the greatest bitch, and I'd rather show you better than I can tell you. Watch how I'm coming back, and then I kill him and fuck him up while you're successful at failure. So here's the thing. One of the thing, like, here's something, it's bothered me so much about a lot of rappers I know personally, just people in the underground. Like, Busta Rhymes is still releasing music. Eminem is still releasing music. All of the greatest, per se, like everybody's GOAT list with a couple of exceptions, are still releasing music. If you think is Black Thought, he's still releasing music. He's got new joints coming. I got to hear a new Common and Black Thought joint that blew my fucking mind. It's brand new shit, 2020 stuff. I mean, as you go through the list of quote-unquote greatest of all times, they're all still relevant. And like Busta Rhymes, I believe, is trying to re-enter the conversation here with this track. And I love how he just starts it off there. He's like, listen, so many people, and I'm talking so many people as a guy who does album reviews, go through that like list of videos and just scan for a while and just check out how many I've done. So many people make some grandiose claims about how they're the best. As a result, one of the things I do to judge rappers is the distinction between I'm the best at what I do in this particular lane versus I'm the greatest of all time. Because unless you're one of those few rappers that's like on a fucking list or able to hold your own or like significant to the culture in some way, like, I don't know, Mr. Rah Rah, like a Dungeon Dragon, like if you're not significant to the culture, how are you even able to say you're a GOAT? And that's bothered me for a long time. So in my entire fucking catalog of music I produced, I've never ever tried to be that, because how could I? Busta Rhymes is still making music. There's so many people I hear that are talented. I sit there at this end of the week cypher on Sundays and watch MCs that could just school me. You know, like they could just school me, just fucking wreck me in any competition, anything. And I know it. I might be talented or interesting in my own mind, but greatest of all time? Get the fuck out of here, you know? So I love how he does it. And then he produces to do all this flossy shit with flows and like I said, most of the stuff I said on the last track, multiple voices, multiple rhythms, goes fast, and it's really fine. It's really grandiose. I don't know that there's a whole lot of them, but I really did like when he goes little bitch, or sorry, I really liked when he goes the fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you part, because I realized that is just brilliant. That whole hook right there is something that a young person, somebody who's 15 or 16, can latch onto because, yo, it's just fun, it's petty, it's whatever. But yo, as a mid 30 or early to mid 30s person, I'm able to latch onto that because I go to work and I have frustrations and it's just fuck you. Everybody could like that. And then my colleague who recommended this song, he's 48, 49. No, he's in his early 50s, I believe now, and he's got kids and shit. So for him, it's like fuck you, fuck to all the people who oppose him and all this shit. And then if you're grandpa and you're a boomer, just think about me, the millennial up here talking my nonsense. You, the super fan who thinks I'm talking some nonsense, think about it. We can all relate on this fuck you. It just shows such brilliance about his writing. Then flowing into the little bitch who ain't get it and get you the message, everything but a jack in and believe me, there is God in your presence, which ties back into everything we learned earlier on the album with all the notions of what that is for him being a strong leader in your presence. And so this track is brilliant to me, and it's a straight up 5 on 5, and I really like it. I like the beat, and I like everything. This is really cool. This really adds to it. And the fact that he's taking this opportunity with the album to sincerely actually build on the project by flexing, but in a way that doesn't hurt the artistic merit of what he was trying to do with the Extinction Level Event. Like he wanted to make that album like a concept, like something that was like you could latch onto and learn the lessons from. And now this is like the actual thing. It's like the nuke. It's like he deployed the tactics. And if we go back to the first album, right? And the first album was Busta Rhymes kind of employing through skill, through Flip Mode Squad, the Extinction Level Event, murking shit, by being the best, by being interesting, by flexing his versatility and all these other things. And that's kind of how it ended up manifesting, which was maybe a bit of a disappointment to the initial concept. So he lives up to the concept, but then also ties it back to the original by, in the first one there, flexing on the new flows, and now he's flexing on the proper flows. And I just think that's real dope, man. I just think it's real fucking dope. Because we know it's coming in the last one. Him to go with the rap god and just really back up even further what he's saying. I could just prove to you I could hold my own next to Eminem. So why don't we talk about Calm Down? Okay, so this track dropped in 2014 and I heard it back then. And back then, you could call me as guilty as Eminem accuses the internet blogger type people, just kind of ignorant, because this dropped and I heard it and I didn't really understand why it was good. I actually kind of thought it was a bit weird, like Busta's part, and I didn't understand the track. And if you go watch anything from 2017 on this channel, you may see a real sense of kind of who I was, you know, in terms of my understanding of hip-hop versus today and now. Because today and now, I just saw a new flawless ending to an already great album, right? Like it just made this album better, right? Because like I said on the last track, he was trying to prove he was the GOAT. And how else can you prove that you're the GOAT other than sounding amazing next to the GOAT and being able to rhyme and deliver impeccable bars next to the GOAT and have flows for days and voices for days and everything for days next to the GOAT, all on top of this like boom bappy old school kind of fucking thing, bring it back kind of sounding lyricism driven sound. Like Busta Rhymes is showing his legacy and his power, because the truth of the matter is I couldn't tell you who did better. They both did amazing. They both brought so many flows, so many things that I realized this is the next track I would like to do for hip hop karaoke in Montreal, should that come back post of the COVID and whatnot, and should there be a virtual version, because they let me do that at the Montreal Just for Last festival, which is nuts. But I realized this track would be it. This would be the perfect follow-up to Rap God, which I did, because I did that pretty well, and I'm really proud of that. I put like 15 hours into practice. Like I would probably have to do 15, 20 hours of practice to get this track down. That's the only way I could convey to you how much I really believe is in this song worth learning, because every bar is just meaningful, and I don't want to go through all the lyrics. I could do that if you want. If this video gets a million gajillion likes and stuff, you know, just tell me if you really want to see that, because I don't want to make the video for nothing. But Really and truly, this song is a flawless outro. It's amazing. It's a 5 on 5. The beat is perfect. They just do everything amazingly. But the thing is in the context of this album, this track is even better than it is a single with that goofy cartoon music video that it has from back in the day, because it just fits. It just follows, like, there's the demons and shit, right, that come through. And I guess we'll flow into the album ending here and wrap it up a little bit. We'll just say the score gets up, that this album is a 4.75 for the year. It's really strong. It's really great. The album is enhanced because of this version. But like, if you look at the construction, right? So you have Satanic or whatever, where he introduces the concept of everyone flossing it. Then he embodies the character of these people over a couple of tracks, slowly migrating it into classic hip hop, song by song, showing that he has both the flows and the abilities to keep up with the new people, while across each track there is like a gradual migration of style back towards him and Eminem flexing and proving to you what real hip hop is supposed to sound like, as far as Busta Rhymes, the legend, the GOAT, the God, is supposed to be saying with it. And as far as album communication goes, this is top tier. And I don't know that at this moment there's another album that impressed me, because A, it makes sense to have this as the deluxe version. This is just flexing. It doesn't fit the core theme of an Extinction Level Event unless you actually know about the first album. And so it really is for the deep fans that really want to go through and hear this, but it also gives an opportunity to prove to haters a bunch of shit, but it also doesn't hurt the main album by making it go too long, because let's be real, it's 4 extra songs. It was already a long album. I love this move. This was well done. This was perfect. It's like I said, it's almost like Diablo, like releasing another act at the end to complete the story. It's just basically how a lot of video games are done. And I think Busta Rhymes has just proven a few things. Old men, and sorry Busta, you're a little old if you do watch this, they sincerely have a place in the game, and there are a lot of people that are going to feel their shit and that are going to push it on Billboard and make it happen, because this Spotify era has brought a lot of people into the conversation that were never part of the sales conversation before, because back in the day when it was all labels and young people that dictated everything was represented a certain way. Now you can just see data rules everything around me, and lots of demos have lots of opportunities. So this is really incredible, man. It's what Busta Rhymes did, but it also proves that albums matter, because not only did he release an album, he managed to release a deluxe in a way that completed the album even further, where it's like, if he wanted to get his views up and drop 4 more songs, I'd be really excited about that, because it could also be a way. I don't think he should. This was like the perfect way to end it. It really was. It completes it like it just really does. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Thank you so much for watching, if you did watch this far, because, you know, it is what it is if you didn't. But thank you for checking it out. Subscribe to the channel if you felt it. We're going to have plenty more reviews coming in the next little bit. Check out, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about anything. We'll definitely respond to you. Hit that like button if you felt it. And special thanks to the patrons: Ismail Kadamsi, Chris Pato, Jonathan Barnes, DJ Black, Hurricane, Lindo Williams, and Scribble. Definitely check out our Patreon. Links in description if you support what we do here and you just believe in the mission. I also make music myself, like I said. Again, links in description. On that note, everyone, it's been fun. I'm going to go turn 33 now. Live long and prosper, everyone.